Okay, proceed to our next lesson, which is the lesson 4 of our applied economics. Market structures. After looking at the basic principles of demand and supply, it will also be helpful to learn about the market structures in which sellers can operate. Each structure will be described in terms of the nature of the product being sold, the number of buyers and sellers in the market, and the ease of entering or exiting the market. Refers to the competitive environment in which buyers and sellers operate. Okay? Market structures also refers to the competitive environment in which buyers and sellers operate. Okay? Market structures is kumbaga kumbaga it talks about the buyers and sellers on how they operate in the market, kung paano sila magbenta, kung paano bumili yung mga buyers. Okay, just like that. Competition is rivalry among various sellers in the market. As students, we are familiar with the word competition. Okay, so we are familiar with that word. We are exposed to competition in school. Okay, so marami tayong mga competitions in school, di ba? Just like spelling bee. Excuse me. Okay, sport fest. We watch beautiful girls from all over the world compete for the Miss Universe or Miss World title. We see how various teams of the PBA compete to win the championship. Okay, that is the competition. The market is a situation of diffused impersonal competition among sellers who compare to sell their goods and among buyers who use their purchasing power to acquire the available goods in the market. There are varying degrees of competition in the market depending on the following factors. Okay, ito yung factors ng degree of competition in the market. Okay. Number and size of buyers and sellers. Okay, number of size of buyers and a number and size of buyers and sellers. Okay, it depends on kung gaano kadami yung sellers, kung gaano din kadami yung buyers. Okay, similarity or type of product bought and sold. Okay, ano daw yung mga similarities ng binibenta at binibili. Okay, degree of mobility of resources, entry and exit of firms and input owners, degree of knowledge of economic agents regarding prices, costs, demand and supply condition. Okay, perfect competition. Okay, as the term suggests, perfect competition implies an ideal situation for the buyers and sellers. The following are characteristics of a perfectly competitive market. Okay, it is perfect competition if there are so many buyers and sellers that each has a negligible impact on market price. Okay. Change in output of single firm will not perceptibly affect market price of the good. No single buyer can influence the price since he or she purchases only small amount. Buyer cannot extract quantity discounts and credit terms. Okay, so usually kapag kaunti lang yung binibili ng mga buyers, just like bumibili ka ng isang item or product, kapag kaunti lang, hindi ka magkakaroon ng discount or kumbaga hindi mo siya kumbaga di mo mahangyo kung gamay lang imong paliton. If of course kapag madami yung bibilin mo, you can change the price of course, di ba? Okay, a homogeneous product is sold by sellers, which means the products are highly similar in such a way consumers will have will have no preference in buying from one seller over another. The goods offered for sale are all exactly the same or are perfectly standardized. Okay, these are the characteristics of perfect competition. Perfect mobility of resources refers to the easy transfer of resources in terms of use, in terms of geographical mobility. Okay. There is perfect knowledge of economic agents of market conditions such as present and future prices, costs, and economic opportunities. Market price and quantity of output are determined exclusively by forces of demand and supply. Okay? So these are the characteristics of perfect competition. Imperfect competition, in other markets, one or more of the assumptions of perfect competition will not be met. Thus, the market becomes imperfectly competitive. We shall discuss the different types of imperfectly competitive market, which are monopoly, monopolistic competition, and oligopoly. Okay, so we're going to talk about monopoly, monopolistic competition, and oligopoly. Okay, monopoly. A monopoly exists. Okay, tandaan niyo yung mga definitions ha. Exists when a single firm that sells in that market has no close substitute. Okay? Kumbaga, ito yung mga product na kumbaga wala siyang kumbaga hindi mo siya just like good sa oil and sa margarine, di ba? Kapag medyo mahal yung margarine, you can use oil, di ba? If mahal yung oil, you can use margarine, just like that. Okay, monopoly is kumbaga di ba, from the word itself mono, di ba? Nag-iisa. So kumbaga ito yung product na kumbaga hindi mo siya pwede na gagamit ka ng iba, hindi mo na ito gagamitin na product which is gagamit ka ng iba, just like that. Okay. The existence of a monopoly depends on how easy it is for consumers to substitute the products for those of other sellers. Okay, that is monopoly. Monopoly can exist for the following reasons. Okay? A single seller has control of entire supply of raw materials. Ownership of patent and copyright is invested in a single seller. Okay. The producer will enjoy economies of scale which are saving from a large range of outputs. Grant of a government franchise to a single firm. Okay. Monopoly exists with these following reasons. Okay, as you can see, single sellers, single firm. Okay, kasi nga mono from the word itself, single or kumbaga nag-iisa. Okay. Next is monopolistic competition. One imperfectly competitive market is monopolistic competition, wherein products are differentiated and entry and exit are easy. Okay. As consumers, we love it when we have a wide variety of goods to choose from. An expensive gadget that has all the latest features is preferred to an ordinary one with very simple applications. Monopolistic competitions allows such variety of choices. Okay? So in monopolistic competition, marami kang pagpipilian, just like kumbaga naka-differentiate siya ba? Just like for example, dito banda yung mga school supply. And then kumbaga madali ka lang makapagpili and marami kang pagpipilian. Magaganyan. Okay, this market combines some characteristics of perfect competition and monopoly. Its key characteristics are a blended of competition and monopoly. Firms sell differentiated products. Kumbaga naka-differentiate, kumbaga naka iba-iba ba, kumbaga iba-iba, which are highly substitutable but are not perfect substitutes. Many sellers offer heterogeneous or differentiated products, similar but not identical, and satisfy the same basic need. Changes in product characteristics to increase appeal using brand, flavor, consistency, and packaging as means to attract consumers. There is free entry and exit in the market that enables the existence of many sellers. And it is similar to a monopoly in that the firm can determine characteristics of product and has some control over price and quantity. Okay? Oligopoly naman is a market dominated by a small number of strategy interacting firms. Few sellers account for most of our total production, since barriers to free entry make it difficult to new firms to enter. That is oligopoly. Its characteristics are action of each firm affects other firms and interdependence among firms. Okay. Oligopolies may exist due to the existence of barriers, which may include economics or of scale, reputation of the sellers, and strategic and legal barriers such as the grant of patents, franchises, loyal following of consumers, huge capital investments, and specialized input, and control of supply of raw materials by a few producers. Okay. So all you have to do is to remember, or kumbaga tandaan nyo yung characteristics of perfect competition, imperfect competition, and then under imperfect competition is that yung monopolistic competition, and oligopolies. Tandaan nyo yung mga characteristics nila and reasons why they are exist. Okay, another one, economic icon. So economic icon, Alfred Marshall, 26 July 1842 to 13th of July 1924. So Alfred Marshall was one of the most influential economist of his time. Alfred Marshall was the dominant figure in British economics, also in world economics, from about 1890 until his death in 1924. So Alfred Marshall, okay, tandaan nyo itong name nito, which is our economic icon. Okay, he is the most influential economist of his time. So as I read his history, kumbaga yung kanyang country is because of him, kumbaga tumaas yung ano, yung rate ng economy ng kanyang country because of him. Okay, so nabasa ko yun sa history niya. So anong country yun? Basta yung country niya is that tumaas yung economy ng kanyang country. One of the reason is that dahil sa kay Alfred Marshall. So please tandaan yung name ni Alfred Marshall, and then please read his history. Read his history of Alfred Marshall, an economic icon. Okay. So, okay, that's it for today. Thank you and God bless. So, please tandaan talaga yung mga characteristics ng perfect and imperfect competition. And then under imperfect competition is that monopolistic competition, and oligopoly. Okay, tandaan yung characteristics and the reason why they are exist. Okay, so okay. That's it for today. Thank you and God bless.